Hello everyone, my name is Zachary as always, and today I'm talking about the movie Sonic. This movie came out in the year of 2020. We all remember that year for a specific reason, but Sonic fans remember it for the Sonic movie. In fact, I'm wearing my Sonic shirt right now. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Sonic. I've only played through a little bit of the first game. But when I heard there's a movie, I was like, you know what, this might actually be good. So I went to go see it, and not just saying, this movie is great. I don't care what MatPat says. I don't care that he makes the claim that it all takes place in a car and that nothing. Okay, I agree with him a little bit. He's a little bit right. I mean, not a lot happened in this movie. Actually, a lot happened in the second movie. Nothing happened in the first movie other than being in a car. So in the first movie, we follow Sonic being on Earth after running away through all of these planets after being found. But then there's this guy, Robotnik, Robotsky's, whatever you want to call him. He's Eggman. I mean, he just is. We get a teaser for the second movie where he actually is in his final form. In the post-credits scene of this movie, which leads into the second movie. Anyhow, they're being chased by Robotnik, and there's this police officer, right? And he's going to San Francisco to be a police officer because he's getting like a promotion or whatever. But like Green Hills is his home, and Sonic's just all like, and then yeah. So that's basically the plot, and Robotnik's trying to follow them and get them and beat them up, and they're like, I'm kidding, that doesn't happen. Well, it kind of happens at the end. I don't know. So basically what happens in this movie, they're in a car. Robotnik is chasing them in a truck, or in like a big, like 20 billion, 18 billion wheeler or something. They're just chasing them. And then they eventually get to a city where his rings are. He gets the rings. They leave. There's a big fight. There's CGI. Woo! And yeah, that's Sonic. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not going to leave you out like that. So we have to talk about the rest of the movie. Remember, I'm going to talk about the bad, the okay, the good, and everything. I'm kidding. It's only those 3 categories. So we're going to start off with the good. The good. Okay, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is literally amazing in this movie. He fits the role of his character perfectly. And then, yeah, so it's an amazing part of the movie is Jim Carrey. The human characters, like Sonic calls him Donut Lord. So, like, Sonic, all the main characters are great. The only main character I'd say was like, I don't know, all the characters were really great in this movie. They were all really good. Alright. It's also, like, for me, I saw this, like, opening weekend when it first came out, and I was like, and when I watched it, I was like, this is the best movie ever. I went on to see it 3 more times in theaters. This movie was amazing. I loved this movie. So this movie was really important for me. And it still kind of is, going back to rewatch it whenever I happen to. So yeah. Yeah, so alright, let's move on to the okay. The plot. Something I think is okay is the plot. Because, like I said in this movie, like I said earlier in this video, not a lot happens. Like, barely anything happens. Like, it's just them in a car, and it's like, and they have, like, a little side quest from there. Like, they go into, like, this biker thing, and they do all this stuff, and stuff happens. That's the okay part. And then, yeah, so, like, that's basically just a little nitpick, though. The quote-unquote fart jokes in the movie, like little jokes that are sometimes made, there's maybe 1 or 2 that are tolerable, but the other ones just get, like, extremely annoying. But, like, hey, I don't know, it's just me being cynical. That could very possibly be it, because I'm at that age where I'm going to start being cynical about things. I'm going to be like, that movie's something. And now let's talk about the bad. Is there anything really bad about this movie? Well, I'm gonna tell you something. There would be a lot of things bad about this movie if they went with the original Sonic design before they changed it. Okay, I guess something... I don't think there's anything bad in this movie. But I know there is. I just can't think of it. Give me a second, guys. Something I thought... So I thought of something, and now this is like a nitpick. It's the pacing of the emotion with the Sonic character. Because with Sonic's character, we will go from, oh, he's super happy, gotta go fast, to, oh, but I'm alone. But I have all these cool people, but I'm alone, and I'm sad. To like, oh. It's just a tonal shift that keeps on happening in the Sonic character. You cannot use the emotion straight, you not write that well. But that's an extreme nitpick. And it's kind of stupid, really, but, yeah. So, something else I want to talk about is the ending of how they set up the movie in the beginning and how they end the movie. And then I want to talk about final thoughts, all that crap. Alright, so they start off the film with a, you know, some of those things where they'll be like, so I bet you're wondering how I got here. And then the movie just happens, and then at the end, they're just like, and that's how it happened. But I want to figure out how it ends. So then it just keeps on playing the ending, and it just does all that stuff. This movie does that, because then we get to see the ending of the movie, and then through the events of the plot, I mean, it's extremely predictable. You could guess right off, I could guess like a billion scenarios right off the top of my head of exactly how he got there. But, I don't know. Just along for the ride, I guess. And then, so it gets to the plot, get to the end, and now, here's the thing. So, when we finally get to the end, we see, Robotnik, or Eggman, on this flying thing, but it's not really a spaceship, because it can't go out of the atmosphere. It can't go up there, but it's like a plane? Ship? I don't know. He has like this pod that he can fly in. And like it's like super advanced, has all these missiles attached to it, all this stuff. And we see it in the background of his truck. Not truck, but like, you know, this like a little carrier. We see it in the background of it, like every single scene he's in. But like, there's like, it's just there. They just kind of needed something. I mean, I guess it's a nice chase. They like go around with all the different rings, and they use that as a plot device. It's really cool, I guess. The ending is all right. The ending's pretty. And then at the end, like he fired, and then at the end, it's like Robotnik, and then it's Sonic, and then like this is Robotnik's ship and everything, and this is Sonic. He's like. And they're like flying at each other at the same time, and it looks super cool. And then he like hits him, and he bounces to the wall, and he's Sah! And he bounces to the wall, and he's like Shaw! And it's just like, it's just back and forth, like in all these different directions. And eventually his ship is like all banged up and everything. So then he just like, and he just like pulls an I am speed, and they just like, right at the thing, sending him to the mushroom planet, so Sonic doesn't have to go there, and he's accepted on Earth, and it's all good, and it's cool, and it's stuff. Out of 10, what would I give the Sonic movie? I would give the Sonic movie a fair, out of 10. I don't want to let it get my, like, thing of when I first saw in 2020 involved, because, like, I'm gonna have some biases towards this movie. Because, like, I remember this being, like, my most favorite movie of all time when I first saw it. I mean, obviously it isn't now, but, like, back then, it's just... Out of 10. I'm gonna give this... Well, I don't want to give this a 7. Because I think it deserves better than that. But I don't think it deserves... I want to give it a 7.5. But hey, we're just going to round it up to an 8. So I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. Out of 5. Would it be a 3.5? I don't know. So yeah, guys. That concludes my review of the movie Sonic that came out in 2020. If you all enjoyed this video or any of my other content, please consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.